Hi, my name is Beltran, and I'm the host for this experience. What we are going to see in the Berrocal Creative Universe is a journey into the creative process, and we are going to do that through the works of my father, the Spanish sculptor Miguel Berrocal. Berrocal was famous for two things: for having invented the idea of the disassemblable sculptures, which means that this sculpture here, for example, is made out of 40 elements. It's a puzzle, which also means that there's an important project behind. You can see in these technical drawings that he worked like an architect or an engineer to conceive his works. And it's important to understand that these technical drawings, they are made in 1970s. This is 10 years before Steve Jobs and Wozniak did the Apple II. There were no personal computers. This is completely done by hand and reveals the complexity, the ability of seeing, the skills of seeing inside of this construction of this empty sculpture. And the second thing for which Berrocal is famous for is the invention of the multiple, which means, for example, that this sculpture here has been edited in 10,000 exemplars. You can see a few of them here, because he wanted everyone to have access to art. He had the idea of the social value of art. And this makes it so that there are like 67,000 Berrocals in the world. And maybe some of our guests have or will have a Berrocal in their homes, and we can play with your own sculptures. These are the two things for which Berrocal is known. Like Picasso, Cubism, Berrocal is the disassembly process and the multiple. But during our visit, we're going to see 8 key points that will help you understand the complexity of this work. And what's more important than this, nobody is born with these two ideas. So what we are going to see today is a journey into the creative process. It's a universal process. It's a universal journey. It happens in many different disciplines or characters, not only in artists. And we are going to see how a kid who is passionate about art in a place that doesn't incentivize art pushes his passion, he experiments, he finds his idea, he identifies that it's his own idea, pushes the limits of that idea, and ultimately becomes the artist that he later became. This is what we exhibit at the museum or the studio workshop, okay, that are in this village in the outskirts of the province of Malaga. And we have also the physical experience, but this is for a virtual journey that we are going to explore. During the visit, since these puzzle-like sculptures are interactive, we will need to use our hands. And along this virtual remote journey, we are going to have a lot of interactive moments in which we are going to play with some of these works and to play with some of the concepts of the works of Berrocal. I'm going to show you a tiny video captured by one of our attendees that shows how we try to interact together. Of course, it's remote, so I will try to ask directions to the participants and reveal, while we do solve this puzzle sculpture, the lessons that solving the puzzle reveals. And here is a version where you can feel the disassembly process as if you were using your own hands to do it. It's done through Google Glass. We've been doing this for quite some time now. And so you can also kind of feel the experience of doing it with the sounds of the metal elements clinging. Of course, this is accelerated just for you to quickly see and understand some parts of it. But the real beauty stands in the difficult process of solving the puzzles and the lessons, the creative lessons that it teaches you while you're doing it. And we are going to talk about all of this during the visit. And this journey into the creative process has lessons for anybody, for any creative type, not only artists. We as a foundation have hosted and pushed the creativity of many different types of professionals, like entrepreneurs. It has a lot of information and good lessons for entrepreneurs, for any kind of creator. I myself, I'm a designer, and I use my these lessons, the lessons that I've learned from Berrocal's work every day in my day-to-day work. And I hope that with this experience, you will see the evolution of the creative mind, know where you are in your own process, learn a few tricks and behaviors here and there that can for sure inspire you, energize you to get started with your own projects. And this is what, as a foundation, we want you to start creating. And so this journey is for you to be inspired and start creating. I hope you enjoy it, and looking forward to seeing you during this experience.